Hello everybody, Dajman here and welcome to our first look at Kick-Ass Commandos. This is basically a top-down shooter, 16-bit style, clearly heavily influenced by the likes of Broforce, but what we're going to do is just jump in because it's going to be a lot easier to show you by doing than it is to tell you about it. So, first of all, you'll hear from the soundtrack, hopefully you can hear it in the background, that they like their metal music. It is full-on metal all the time. So I've got an hour or so in this, and I think that's probably enough to get the basics of what's going on. So first of all, I seem to have access to all of these mission packs right away. I don't know if that's DLC that might come in the future. So if you don't have all of these available all the time, I can select all the missions, but I can select all the mission packs, I guess, but not all the missions. But again, it looks like it should be a mobile game, but I don't know how well it would have worked on mobile. But that's not really the point. So first of all, you do have characters that you can select. Lex Lightning is the guy that you start with, and each of them ranks up. The more kills you get, obviously you get XP, and there are other characters that you unlock through as close to the story mission as you're going to get. Which is fine, and they've all got nicely kind of cliched, very 80s action movie names. So let's just jump in. I've not done any of this. Some of these mission titles I don't necessarily agree with. Spank the Tank, okay, whatever. So here we go. What I will say is that they've really well realised the 16-bit feel. It plays like a SNES game. So pretty much everything can be destroyed, which normally you might think would give you some level of strategy, but basically if we just plow into all of these, you'll find that there's kind of very little strategy involved. It's like it wants to be more clever than it is, I guess. But the shooting feels nice. Unfortunately, it is locked. Well, I thought it was locked to 30 frames a second, but it's sitting at 60 right now, so that's a good sign. Maybe just the menu screen's 30? I don't know. So that's good. Now, the idea is you go around and you rescue all your colleagues from these encampments. And kind of like, I don't know if you have ever heard of the game Close, which had a kind of Greek-Roman theme to it, where you go around unlocking a mob, basically. That's what happens here. You don't fail the mission until your main character dies, though, so even if they all kick the bucket, as long as I stay healthy, I'll be fine. Easier said than done when the action gets a bit crazy. Now some of these weapons can be kind of difficult it makes things kind of difficult to see what the hell you're doing. There's the tank. Oh, what is going on? Yeah, the action gets kind of silly in places. And it is really hard to keep track of what's going on. And there we go. We just died. These death statements, I mean, take it as you want, to be honest. They don't really do anything for me, especially there's only one or two of them. So you do see Road the Enemy's rocket a lot. You do see like eating grenades and that kind of thing. Again, the idea is I guess you don't see that often. So, I will obviously show other missions as we go on here. You might notice by now that the music isn't that great. I could really do without the music being so crazy all the time. It doesn't really add to the game that much. It's just kind of there. But the controls feel nice. It does feel solid to play. You know, it feels like the characters are shooting where I'm pointing, and that's like the only important thing in a game like this. Whoa, what are we doing? What I've not found out yet is the main differences between each of the characters other than what they look like. Oh, and we're dead again. I am on extreme difficulty level right enough. I don't also like the fact that it fires you straight back in. So let's exit back out, put it on elite difficulty level instead, and we'll try... I've done that one already. Knife party. Apparently I have to shank everyone. So, I guess I get a knife this time. This is not going to be easy. So it's going for that Hotline Miami thing. I don't think it's quite as clever as Hotline Miami. Unfortunately, it's not quite as tense because you can take so many hits. Although it does get... This is a bit silly. It does get crazy in places, but it never feels like it's that scary compared to your one-shot deaths in Hotline Miami. I think it's more like, it's definitely more on a par with something like Broforce, I would say. It's got that kind of mindless, shoot everything all the time, limited kind of strategy involved. So yeah, this is the most tame of all the missions that I think I've done so far. It's a good thing there's no enemies on this map that have guns, because otherwise I'd be screwed. What was that? I am definitely going to die here. So I don't know if this would... I'm playing with a mouse and keyboard. I don't know if it would be easier with a joypad maybe? Or maybe I just suck. I don't know. Oh no! Very strange. But yeah, don't think the music does anything for me. I personally, in fact I'm just going to do it now, I will turn that down quite a lot. Because I can live without it. So let's try another character. And yeah, we've earned a new rank for good old Lex Lightning there. And you get these points which you can probably guess what they do. Damage says you do more damage. It's not gonna shock you. We want that. Oh yeah. Sometimes it bugs out like this and you can't actually upgrade, so you switch off the character and back on, and then it's available. And more hit points, because you can always use more hit points. So let's go Blondie for this one. See what she does. And I got an achievement for that apparently. Oh, it was for reaching Sergeant rank. It was not for selecting Blondie again. Apparently, we have to rescue the Choppa pilot. So let's see, just to test my theory, if she is any different from the other character. No, I thought maybe her weapon would be different, but it's not. I wasn't paying attention before, so... Apparently there's a chopper shooting at us. Okay, that was weird. But yeah, it does use that kind of... It feels like Mode 7 graphics on the SNES, which I like. I like that a lot. They have well realised that 16-bit style, so massive respect to them for that. It just, sometimes it's too hard to control where everyone is, because they don't necessarily go the same place, you know, they get blocked by scenery, sometimes characters die and you don't really notice. I noticed that time. But yeah, it's got that 16-bit feel, and I do approve of that. Could they have maybe done a bit more to make it different? I guess that knife mission was certainly different. What are you doing? What was I supposed to do there? See, we rode the enemy's rocket again. What was how was I supposed to beat that? It was firing rockets at me, man. So. Yeah, sometimes these fences get a bit annoying. Oh, shit. Okay, get that. So it's very much a game of moving around as much as you can possibly move and still keep track of it. But you need to also manage the health pickups for both your main character and all the other characters around you. Oh, I will never do that again. But it's very difficult to keep track of all your friends. You shouldn't last too long. Yeah, thought so. Get away! And see, that's it. You get caught on scenery. That guy at the back had no chance. And power-ups disappear. They don't last on the ground very long. And it just crashed. No, it didn't just crash. It just pushed me out to my desktop. That was weird. I wonder what that was. It's a good thing there was nothing shooting at me when that happened, eh? So what is that I don't like about it, other than the music? Just the fact that it is so difficult to keep track of everything. No, I like the fact that basically you turn into a rampage mob, but it becomes... It's not like it's less fun because of that. It's just really hard to manage. I guess the whole point of Oculus, the other game that I was comparing it to, your mob does die and you have to replace them. I guess it's maybe just what they're aiming for. Aiming, puns, unintentional puns. So we're actually getting somewhere in this mission, which is good. Although we are very close to death, so we definitely need to get into that. I don't know how it prioritises your health. It looks like it... What is going on? I like that explosion. But again, we're almost dead. Almost dead. More health pickups. All the health pickups. Mines on the ground there, which I thought could be shot. I've shot them before. Because trying to get an entire mob around a minefield is not going to be easy. But there are no grenades or anything like that to throw. There's no second abilities. Come on, shoot the damn thing. This is going to get ugly. Is there somewhere else I can go? Is there any more health pickups around here? No. So basically we have to walk over these mines, I think. That's what's going to happen. Yep. Unacceptable. See, that was kind of annoying. How was I supposed to do that? That was a bit frustrating. It's the first time I've seen anything like that, to be honest, so I'm not gonna claim like that's something that happens every time. Okay, the helicopter crashing on you does not matter. Good. Good to know. So let's... Oh yeah, buildings tend to spawn enemies endlessly until you destroy them. So there's not really much point in shooting the enemies until the buildings are gone. Oh, come on! It's actually going worse this time than it did last time. Okay. So yeah, it would be nice to have maybe... It doesn't feel natural to not run away from an explosion. Yeah, maybe just, I guess, more interesting weapons. If each of the characters had a different starting weapon, for example, but they all seem to have the same machine gun. That might make it... There's no reason to choose one character over the other unless you like their face. Which means that if you don't notice the character select screen, which is, I guess, pretty easy to do as well, then what do you get? You get one character for the entire game, and you're missing out. Unless it's just like token. Like, you know, we've got a lady on the... No, I'm not gonna be that cynical. That wouldn't be like me. Okay. Let's try and line these guys up a bit. Okay. You have to die now. Basically, it seems to be shoot all the time or you're probably going to die. I don't like when, like, bad level design stops you progressing. Like, oh, there we go, they blew up this time. That, I knew they should have been taken out somehow. It didn't feel right that they didn't blow up the last time. But you saw me shoot them. You saw me shoot those mines, man. All these guys are going to die. He has got so little health. You see, look, I'm trying to shoot them again, and it's not working. So, I have to walk him into the explosion. That's not cool. Now I need that health quite desperately. Okay, that was it. Has that unlocked another... Yeah, we leveled that up. Not next mission, back to the menu. Because to be honest, I think we're probably about done here. The chaos kind of gets hard to keep track of, but I don't know if that's just because I'm a bit old. You know, it might be... Someone with younger eyes might have no problem keeping up with that at all. There is quite a lot to like here. You know, I do not hate this game at all. It has some serious potential. The interface kind of looks like a mobile game, but it works well. I don't know how long I could sit and play it. You know, after... How long has it been? What? Yeah, 15 minutes or something like that. I think I'm kind of done, because each level is more or less the same thing. And there's no real story to push it forward. So I think that's probably about as much as I'll play. But it's pretty good for like a 10 or 15 minute session. And it definitely, as I keep saying, it definitely has that like early 90s, early to mid 90s 16-bit thing really down. They nailed that completely. So that is Kick-Ass Commandos by Anarchy Enterprises. It's already out, so if you have liked what you've seen, then by all means check it out using the link in the description. If you enjoyed the video, then please consider dropping a like, because it's always great to have support and it does help a lot. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. So until next time, thanks for watching.